France are the bookies' favourites to win. But I really think that England have got a great chance. And I mean, that you go to the end, the last game in the Six Nations. I know we start tomorrow with France against Ireland. But if you look at that last game as well, France taking on England in Paris, I think it could all come down to that one game.
Rugby union fans are getting excited because the Six Nations is about to start. England are in great form, so it's a good time to talk to two English Rugby World Cup winners from 2003. Obviously, Jason Robinson, and a guy I used to watch really for 15 years when I was a kid. I'm 45, Martin Johnson.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was only 12 when I was in that.
I was going to say,
big for my age.
So you are very old. You still look a little old. Jason Robinson, you look the same more or less as you did when you were playing.
I like you.
I've been battered. He's come on.
That's the difference between playing in the backs and the forwards.
It very much. I think there's something in that. England. Jason, let's start with you. England beat New Zealand, Argentina, Australia and Fiji. Are they back? Are they back as a force in the Six Nations, do you think?
They certainly are. They come into the Six Nations now with a lot of momentum. 11 wins on the bounce. I think we've got a embarrassment of riches, really. Just looking at the team, the starting team. You know, you got Maratoji on the bench. You got Tom Curry on the bench, so we're strong at the moment. And I think if we're going to win this Six Nations, you know, we've got to play a little bit rugby as well, because France are the bookies' favourites to win. But I really think that England have got a great chance. And I mean that you go to the end, the last game in the Six Nations. I know we start tomorrow with France against Ireland, but if you look at that last game as well, France taking on England in Paris, I think it could all come down to that one game.
How much has the game changed, Martin, so when you were playing? I mean, you're always known as a bit of a nerd, a bit of a data nerd. Is that fair to say?
Data nerd?
I'm glad
I've just been insulted.
I know.
I was going to say, you know he's only doing this because he's over the other side of that desk.
Yeah. You're a very big gentleman as well, so I don't know why I'm doing this. But you are known for that. I just wonder whether rugby, in the way American football, all American sports were well ahead, and then it felt like the data revolution has kind of come to British sports.
I know what you're saying, but rugby, to me, is still a game played with a lot of instinct and a lot of passion. That's the great thing about rugby. It's not just numbers. It's, in fact, most of it is that played on instinct. I mean, we're sitting here with Jason as one of the most instinctively fantastic rugby players you've ever seen in terms of what he could do. So yeah, the game has changed. It's a lot more structured than the game we play, but it still comes down to those fundamental. Can you go out there and perform? Can you, what's your morale of your team like? What's your spirit of your team? Can you dig in when things are difficult? Can you adapt? Can you change? I mean, it's all right having a plan, but how long do you keep it going if it's not working? I mean, you see teams say, we stuck to the plan, which is fine if you're winning and it works, but if it's not, what do you do? So I still think those things are important. They're the fundamentals of the game. So it's far more built on, a desire to win. The first thing you have to have as a team is a desire to go out there and win, and that will probably be maybe the difference in this tournament. It's going to be pretty close. But some team finding a way in the last 15, 20 minutes when it's difficult, it's tense, it's tough, people are tired, all those things, to go and win the game.
Are you worried about the future of the game, Jason? Because like all old people, you look back at a time when you were young, you think there was a golden age of rugby, maybe when you just turned professional, that late 90s period. Leicester were amazing, but there was a great, the game still felt it could have little guys and big guys. It flowed a lot. The fear, and it felt like it was commercially viable. There's a slight, when I talk to people about rugby union, there's just a slight feeling, are we struggling a bit with the game in 2026?
Well, if you watch the Six Nations, you'll see that it's going to be one of the most competitive.
It'll be massive, yeah.
I mean, the tournament itself is just one that brings people together. It's just the rivalry, the ferocity of it. It's just amazing. So is the game struggling? The game's got to evolve because everything has now, and you see the way cricket's gone. You see the way darts has gone. We need to get more, probably a lot more younger people in and through the game. But I mean, I think the game is in good shape in lots of different ways. There's lots of other challenges, but I'm just looking forward to this because rugby, the Six Nations, it's a great way of uniting people, fans. Rugby brings people together, I think, better than a lot of other sports. And I mean, we're just doing a campaign now with Green King. like fans reconnected to bring people together who love the sport, reconnect, just go to the point of a, you know.
Yeah, I think the Six Nations is a perfect time. You know, I was on the train down this morning. It's misty, it's winter, and it's full
miserable,
winter.
yeah.
So Six Nations is on. They've always, you know, I remember over the years they're trying to move it to the spring. No, it's a winter time. Get together, get down the pub or whatever, get the telly on, watch it. Get together with some friends.
Do you like the idea of away ends in rugby?
No,
isn't that a terrible idea?
The great thing with rugby is the Six Nations, Five Nations as well as when I started. They're a weekend. They're a weekend for people. You go to these games. There's people who will meet up. They'll come from. They might not have seen each other for a couple of years. I've got tickets for this game. I'll meet you in Edinburgh. I'll meet you in Dublin. I'll meet you in whatever, and they'll come together. So I'll be in Edinburgh doing the game. And the French now even they didn't used to really travel in numbers, but now you're in Edinburgh. It's full of French fans, all dressed up, having a great time, walking down the street. The vibe is just good fun.
There's no aggro.
No, there's just good fun. We're going to watch a game of rugby and have a great weekend. And if they win or they lose, they want to win, but it's still a great weekend. Yeah. That's the great thing with it. So what Jason's saying with Green King's perfect. You know, just get together with someone you're not seen for a long time, book a table with Green King, and they'll give you a free drink. So what could...
I'll see you there, John.
Yeah.
Well done.
Can I ask you both something? Because you obviously love the camaraderie and the whole. It's not just the game.
That's the biggest thing of it.
That's
what is the game.
I can feel that from the way you talk about it. Do you both still play for fun?
No.
But
It's a great question.
But we still meet up and have a drink for fun.
Yeah.
No, we you see some guys playing and girls playing way into their 40s and 50s for that reason. I think when you've done it professionally and sort of seriously, it's a different thing in a way, but
you
it
can't
isn't.
do it for fun anymore.
Well, it isn't. It isn't. And I say to people all the time, I honestly mean this, because they see us together. Oh, you guys must have a. I said, yeah, but it's the same fun that you have with your mates that you played rugby with. Just because we played in England and we won a cup here or there, doesn't make us funnier or better company than anyone else you played with, right?
Yeah.
And it's the same stories, the same banter.
But there's a feeling, I think if you're a bloke watching it, that being together, and maybe it's true. I'm sure it's true now for women in women's sport. But I sit as someone who didn't play at that level.
Doesn't matter what
when you're
level it is.
standing there before you go out there, that must be the greatest feeling you could ever possibly have.
If you trust who you're playing with.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter what level.
Yeah.
You could be playing for your local third team against your big rivals, and it's the same thing. You're all going to be a bit nervous. You're going to look round and think, oh, I'm glad I'm with these lads.
That's what I was hoping you'd say. You play for the local team, just on the sly, you know.
No, you know something. I played for a while, and you end up doing some of the charity games and stuff like that. But then you just
it's a very hard sport to play casually as well.
Yeah, but then you finish playing, and I was known for being fast. Well, the only thing I don't train for now is speed.
Yeah.
So as soon as I went on, everybody just thought, we'll just give it to him and he'll just run 100 metres. And then my hamstrings are like, no.
I was watching my boy play on Saturday at Chippenham, and they've got a 3G pitch there, and he was playing. It was all action, all going on. And as we left, there was some lads on the far pitch, because rugby clubs generally have loads of pitches. So they were on the furthest pitch away in the driving rain, being watched by about 24 people on that field. And I thought, that's proper rugby then, lads.
See, only a forward would say that.
Yeah. And that's when you want to play in the boys, because if you were still on the wing, you'd be
I'd be
freezing.
the whistle can't come quick enough.
They're running around on a Saturday afternoon, having a crack.
And what's better than that?
In the bath.
Yeah.
I don't do the
See,
bath.
this is what we want to get into. Now we've run out of time. You bring the bath up.
Oh dear.
I'm going to stop the bath conversation. Right, no.
Have a shower out bath and then get in the clubhouse and tell some stories, and
that's what you want.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Well, we've established that Jason is too slow, Martin is too old, but you can still give us
have a
some
bath
chat.
together.
We can still talk about it.
That's exactly right. Great to speak to you guys. Thank you so much for coming in.
Cheers, guys.
That's Martin Johnson and Jason Robinson there.